Vinny, it's time for Jersey Diner, and oh, that's odd. I see Bill and Joanne aren't here yet. Oh, Bill, Joanne, up and at 'em. It's Jersey Diner time. Bill, Joanne. Oh, Bill, Joanne.
Hi.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Hey there, Vin man.
Oh, there you guys are. Oh, I wasn't crying. You were crying. Oh, but I was kind of, I was here all alone.
Oh, sorry, Vin.
Yeah, there was an internet traffic jam. Sorry.
Okay. Internet trap? What? I was hearing some very strange noises.
What kind of noises?
Well, don't laugh. It sort of sounded like ghosts.
Ghosts? Wow.
Can you describe what you heard, Vinny? Wow. You know, it's funny. Oh, okay. I got it now. I was just reading this article in Weird New Jersey magazine, and it seems like ghost sightings is a very common thing in the Garden State. Now, do you believe in ghosts, Vinny?
What? I do not. Are you crazy? I don't believe in ghosts. I've known for a long time, since last year, that there are no such thing as ghosts.
What happened last year?
Well, my friend Roy and I, you'll laugh, never mind.
Come on, Vinny. What happened last year?
Well, since you asked, I kept waking up in the middle of the night. I thought I heard this guttural sound around my head. I was sure I was being haunted by a ghost. Then I remembered the immortal words of Ray Parker Jr. Who you gonna call? And then, he sings. But when I called directory assistance, the operator explained to me that there were no Ghostbusters listed. So I called my buddy Roy to ask him about it. I figured if anyone would know, he would. He and I used to go out on ghost-busting expeditions. Expeditions, not expositions. That's a whole different thing.
Whole different thing.
Expeditions is what we would go on. He would be Dr. Peter Venkman, and I would be Dr. Ray Stantz. Oh, it was so much fun. Of course, we never really saw any ghosts, but we did manage to annoy a lot of people at the mall. But when I called Roy, he confirmed that Ghostbusters was only a movie. It wasn't real. So I came to the conclusion, all by myself, that if there were no real Ghostbusters, it stood to reason that there were no real ghosts. I guess you just never know.
Poor Vinny. It sounds like a pretty traumatic revelation. What about waking up in the middle of the night?
Oh, that. Well, it ends up I was just snoring so loud that I would wake myself up. So no, there are no such thing as ghosts.
Personally, I think the study of paranormal existence is totally legitimate.
I agree, Joanne. Paranormal evidence is overwhelming.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes. I agree. But what's that have to do with ghosts?
Eddie! Pay attention! Seriously. I have a friend who lives in a house where a man murdered his wife.
Wow, she should call the police.
No, it happened over 100 years ago.
Oh.
And my friend is sure that the woman's ghost is walking around the house.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, and my friend sees her occasionally, especially during thunderstorms.
Well, maybe she's just hungry. Sometimes during thunderstorms, my stomach starts to rumble. I feel a little faint. So I go to my little mini refrigerator next to my bed. I have myself some mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. If mac and cheese were a girl,
You'd marry
it.
hey, that's right. How'd you know? Anyhow, hey, Joanne, do you think we have any mac and cheese here in the diner?
Vinny, be quiet. That's crazy, Joanne, but you hear about things like that all the time.
Oh, sure. When I was a little kid, I had a pet hamster named Ricardo. I named him after my hero, Ricky Ricardo. Anyhow, I was using my Lego bricks and I was building him a tiny Copacabana for him to sing in. But unfortunately, I kicked it over and he was crushed.
Oh, that's so sad.
Aw, you must have been very upset.
I was. He was too. He was very upset. But then when I went to fix it, I accidentally stepped on it. So anyway, I still can hear him sometimes. Like if it's all stormy and whatnot, I can hear Babaloo, Babaloo, and Vinny, you got some. A double.
Be quiet. Now look, we've had a lot of requests for another episode of Jersey Diner. And unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Country Gate Playhouse remains closed.
And Jersey Diner lets our followers know that we're still here.
That's right. And of course, we're anxious for the day when we can safely return and do live productions at the Playhouse.
In the meantime, Vinny, you have
Yes.
to stay focused. You remember the signal, right?
Oh, yeah.
When I go like this,
Oh, yes. It means read your mind and be quiet.
well, let's get started. I thought we'd start today's episode with a little road trip. Ha ha!
Ooh. Oh boy. I call shotgun.
So where are we headed?
Our destination, Great Meadows, New Jersey. Shades of Death Road. Okay, here we go. We're moving up Water Street.
Ooh, let's have some tunes. Hey, Bill. Can we stop?
Okay. On to Route 46 East.
Oh, wow.
That's right. We're now heading east toward Great Meadows.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I love this song. Oh, hey, Bill, can we stop? I have to go to the bathroom.
We should have gone before we left Belvedere.
I didn't have to go then. I have to go now.
Well, you're just going to have to hold it for a while.
Oh, all right.
Okay, now we're turning up Hope Road.
Oh, okay. Route County 611. Oh, this.
Look there. The Shades of Death Road street sign is missing. Lots of weird New Jersey readers want souvenirs.
Oh,
Look there.
it says Sahadis.
Yep, that's the original name of this road. Sahadi Shades.
Oh, okay. I do like that. That's better than Shades of Death. Ooh, it's so creepy. Why did they change it?
All right, you see how the trees are hanging over the road?
Yeah, it's like a canopy. You can hardly see the sky.
Very shady.
Exactly.
Right, I get it. Shades of Death Road.
But legend has it that there were so many unnatural deaths on this road that the local residents changed the name to Shades of Death.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
This is weird.
Yeah, let's turn around.
Oh, come on. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, I guess not. So what kind of unnatural deaths are we talking about?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Oh, what's that over there?
The sign says it's a sod farm.
Sod farm? Is that anything like a truck farm? I learned last time that New Jersey was known for truck farming. So I guess on this farm, I can plant sod. What the heck is sod anyway?
Vinny, sod is turf and part of the soil beneath it held together by the roots. It is sold to landscapers or homeowners who use it to establish a lawn quickly and avoid soil erosion.
So have people on this road been killed because they were sodded to death?
Vinny, read my mind.
Before it was a sod farm, this was a vast area of marshy swampland. It attracted hordes of mosquitoes and other disease-bearing insects.
In 1850, this part of New Jersey experienced epidemic outbreaks of malaria. The death toll was significant.
In 1884, a New Jersey state-sponsored project drained these swamps, ending the malaria devastation.
So that's why they call the road Shades of Death.
That's one theory. There are others.
Yes, as tragic as the malaria epidemic was, it's not exactly unnatural. There must be more to Shades of Death Road.
In the 1940s, two men, Leon G. Hull,
And William Krause Jr.
constructed fantastic mansions in the deep woods close to each other near Shades of Death Road.
By building a dam across the stream which adjoined their properties, the men created a massive lake, which they called Ghost Lake.
The name was derived from the ghostly apparitions in the fog, seemingly floating over the water.
Pete is a lifelong resident of the area.
I go fishing there quite often, and I've seen the mist just rising up from the lake. And I'll tell you this, I don't believe in no ghost or none such, but sometimes I see things moving around inside that mist. And I'll tell you something else. Sometimes, no matter what time of the night you come here, the sky over the lake is just shining bright and bright and bright right down to the lake. And you can see that stuff moving around inside the mist. They say there used to be two big old mansions on either side of the lake, no sign of them at all now. And they also say that the ghosts of those folks murdered on this road all those years ago is what you see moving around inside those patches of mist. It's all hogwash, if you ask me.
Did he say ghosts of folks who were murdered? Did he say? I really have to go to the bathroom.
One story suggests that the original inhabitants of this area included a rowdy band of squatters.
Legend has it that this gang regularly robbed and terrorized passersby, often resulting in death.
Sue Ellen is a resident of Johnsonburg.
My grandmother told me that her family's friends and neighbors became fed up with all the trouble that those gangs of outlaws have been causing. So they took the law in their own hands. The leaders of the gangs were lynched and left hanging in low-hanging trees as a warning to the others.
Gee, Bill, isn't it time we turn around?
Oh, Vinny, aren't you having fun?
Well, to tell you the truth, no, not really. I mean, all this talk of malaria and ghosts and murder. I don't like it.
All right, Vinny, I'll tell you what, a couple more stories and then we'll head back, okay?
Okay.
During the 1920s and 1930s, there were 3 vicious murders associated with Shades of Death Road.
One man was robbed and brutally beaten with a tire jack until he was dead, all for 3 gold coins. The murderers were never caught.
A few years later, local resident Bill Cummins was shot and buried in a mud pile. Again, the case was never solved.
And then there was Jedediah Johnson and his wife, Sarah. To their friends and neighbors, they seemed the happiest of couples.
But then one day, I decided to surprise Jedediah and bring his lunch to him out at the lot that he'd been clearing.
But when Sarah arrived, Jedediah was nowhere to be found.
Suddenly, there was a rustling in the bushes at the edge of the lot near the road.
Sarah, what are you doing here? I had been merely tutoring a local village girl in the intricacies of human physiology, but Sarah wasn't buying it.
Sarah was so enraged, she picked up a nearby axe that Jedediah had been using. She proceeded to savagely chop his head from his body.
Ow!
I buried his head on one side of the road and his body on the opposite side of Shades of Death Road.
Good grief! Tell me this crazy woman was put away.
Oh no. Legend has it that she lurks in these woods still, searching for her husband's young village girl.
Oh, hey, Joe, have I told you how lovely you look today?
Finally, we come to the gruesome tale of Lenape Lane. Here we are. No street sign here either.
Gee, the road isn't even paved.
Looks pretty desolate.
Oh, right. The old farmhouse that used to be here was torn down a long time ago.
Why?
Well, this story actually begins in the early 1920s when Chester Donovan made Great Meadows a regular stop as a traveling salesman.
Donovan sold pots and pans, dishes, bolts of material, and scores of items particularly suited to the needs of the housewife.
Hello, Mr. Donovan. Did you bring the linens?
Yes, I did, Mrs. Johnson. Don't I always do as I promise?
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I'm a bit of a rush. I need to pick my daughter up from school. I'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week, and thank you very much. I'll just pack up my truck and I'll be on my way.
Oh, take your time. See you soon. Mrs. Johnston was on her way, but Mr. Donovan's financial success did not go unnoticed by an onlooking, savory character.
As Donovan was counting his cash, that unsavory character approached him, brandishing a gun. He forced Johnson back into the Johnson farmhouse. Here, take my money, take everything.
Shut up and get on up those stairs and give me that money and give me that hat. I like that hat.
3 days later, the gruesome discovery was made.
It was a brutally hot July that year, and Donovan's body had badly decomposed. His blood dripped from the ceiling down to the first floor.
Donovan's murderer was never found.
30 years later, a young couple who had purchased the Johnson farmhouse and made significant improvements fled in fear, convinced that the house was haunted by the ghost of Chester Donovan.
So yet, another unsolved case on Shades of Death Road. 3 months later, the house was torn down, never to be rebuilt.
And it's said that if you venture down Lenape Lane, even at night, you can still see red lights flashing about.
Many people say that the blood of Chester Donovan still drips along Shades of Death Road.
Yee. Well, that's an awful lot more than I ever thought I would need to know about one little old road.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't even gotten to all the fatal car crashes or the deadly wildcats associated with Shades of Death Road.
Oh, no. For once, I agree with Vinny. Enough is enough.
All right, Joanne. All right, Vinny. We'll head on back. But before we go, let's lighten things up a little bit. Do you know what this is?
Oh, I do. It is the goldfinch. That is New Jersey's state bird.
Excellent, Joanne. Excellent. All right. Did you know that, Vinny?
No.
Okay. Well, how about this?
Ooh. It's the blue violet, New Jersey's state flower.
Wow. Very good.
Teacher's pet.
All right, Vinny. I got one more for you. Are you ready? Here it comes. Here it comes.
Ooh. Finally, my area of expertise. That, my friends, is the New Jersey State breakfast sandwich. Pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. When you're right, Vinny. But did you guys know the meat on that sandwich is the subject of controversy?
Oh, you're kidding.
What kind of a controversy?
Okay, so this meat, as far as can be determined, was created in Trenton, New Jersey in 1856 by a man named John Taylor. It was called Taylor Prepared Ham. But the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906 required anything that was called ham had to actually be ham.
Oh, you mean like you're acting?
Oh, Vinny, I'm gonna one of these days. Well, in any way, Taylor renamed this meat pork roll.
It's kind of unhealthy looking if you ask me.
It smells delicious.
Well, you're both correct. I don't think it's very healthy, but I agree with Vinny. It smells delicious.
Well, so what's the controversy?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. You're making me hungry.
So, all right, I have no idea how this happened, but over the years, if you resided in northern New Jersey, you referred to this as Taylor ham. But if you hailed from southern New Jersey, you called it pork roll.
Oh, I call it disgusting.
I call it good.
Well, it is possible to find pork roll in other parts of the country, but it is definitely a particular beacon of New Jersey. Watch this.
An assemblyman now wants an official state breakfast sandwich.
Right.
But can't decide if it's pork roll, egg, and cheese or Taylor ham.
It's Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
You say
I just declared
definitively
it right
it is
now.
Taylor ham.
I may do an executive order on this.
Really?
I may. It's Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. Of course it is.
Wow.
That's it. I'm on. You know me.
So we have had.
We don't vacillate.
We
in the
did
Christie
not
administration.
vacillate at all. I
We
thought
don't
we
need
were
the
going to
bill.
have a little bit of a debate.
it's
I thought we
Taylor
were. So all right. So you will pass, or you will by executive order
Executive order
declare The Taylor ham, egg, and cheese is the official
breakfast sandwich of the state of New Jersey. And I would say this. It's not just Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. It's Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on a hard roll.
Well, see, I say a round roll.
Well, see, that's a little bit different, but we're going to say a hard roll because that's where I'm from.
On a hard roll.
So, on that note, that wraps up another episode of Jersey Diner.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. And please stay safe out there.
And once again, we extend a sincere appreciation to all the healthcare and other essential workers who are working so hard to keep us all safe.
As we said earlier, the Country Gate Playhouse remains closed.
We can't wait to get back on stage, producing live plays and interacting with our audience.
Until then, we'll produce online presentation just like this, just so you don't forget about us.
And if you care to donate to our cause, we would be much appreciative. Since our box office is closed, your generosity is our only source of income.
And yet, the bills keep rolling in. And remember, any donation to Country Gate is tax deductible.
And if you have a question or a comment or an idea for a future Jersey Diner episode, please feel free to email us.
countrygate@gmail.com.
Or even if you just want to talk to Bill about his hammy acting style. That's countrygate@gmail.com.
That looks like a good sandwich. Nice of you to share. That's it for now.
Diner
See you next time.
on Jersey Diner.
Oh.
Get on up those stairs and give me that money and give me that hat. I like that hat. Oh, get.
Now, I don't believe in no ghosts or none such, but I'll tell you this. Sometimes I see things. Take two.
Prop. And you know what I had? I had a head in a bag. That
Wow.
Scary. A scary head in a I did. Bill, it looked just like you. It had brown hair, honest.
Oh my God.
And I would hang it in the powder room. And oh, this is awful. When Gabe would get home from school, and the first thing he'd do, he'd run to go to the bathroom. And I would hang it, and it's like light activated, and it would start moaning. Oh, I was so mean. So I had to give it away. I gave it away.